Hey guys, my name is Natalie and I love collecting houseplants. I figured I would just show you my collection. I wanted to wait until spring because things got a little rough around the wintertime, you know what I'm saying? Like the light went away. The only window I have is right there, wrong way, right there, and it is a north facing window, which that is kind of a lot of light coming through. I mean, it is the afternoon, but I only got like two windows to work with, guys. It's rough. There's a ton of LED lights around here, but like I was saying, I know plants are never gonna be perfect, so I figured I would just show them and yeah, to show my friends and family. Who am I kidding? All of my friends have seen my plants. I'm just gonna show them to my family and whoever loves to collect houseplants. You know, the struggle of the Calathea family, and yeah, I don't know, I just love my plants. I like starting off small, so there won't be a lot of beautiful giant leaves, but that's the thing. I just like collecting. I like starting up small. I like to see my heirs and see where I need to go, and especially with having a north face window and like no light, and low-key putting all of your plants into ceramic pots will definitely have some overwatering effects, if you know what I mean. I did not know starting out that ceramic pots would be the worst things to put in. Oh my gosh, do not mind do not mind my cat. She's over there making a lot of noise, playing with the eggs, you know, Easter and everything. So yeah, I'll just start you out with my Calathea. I love my Calathea. I probably should have bought bigger Calathea starting out because I heard that when you buy smaller Calathea, it's actually, you know how Calathea are just divas? Yeah, they're devils for real. No, Calathea are divas, and apparently starting out small, it will be a struggle. And I did not know that. So just go with me, you know. There's a lot of new leaves coming out, so just bear with me. So starting out is with my micans. I do name all of my plants. So that's Mikey right there, you know, micans philodendron micans, whatever. There is a little bit of bleaching of my leaves, so I feel really bad for this plant, but look at this. I know you're not supposed to touch new plants. Look how beautiful that new leaf is. Oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. I know there's too much light going on right now, but I just have it trailing up. Look how beautiful. Oh my goodness. I wish I could just show you how beautiful these leaves are. I wish I could just capture the beauty behind these leaves. You really have to see them in person. Oh my goodness. Look at these leaves. It's so hard to see, but you know, you get it. You guys get it, okay? You get it. But yeah, it was trailing, like really up high, like hanging up on this, like literally growing through these holes. I had a leaf trying to unfurl through these holes and I felt so bad. I didn't get to it in time. I had to like rip it off, but yeah, so I just took the vine that I accidentally cut off and just filled it up. That's why these leaves look a little, you know, curling, because I literally just put them in there. Some of them are gonna stay, some of them will die off, which whatever, you know, whatever. Next, I'll just start at the top, and just to let you know, I got a cat. I got a cat after I had all these plants, and it was just kind of sketchy bringing her home. You know, some cats eat, you know, some leaves that they're not supposed to. And my cat, you know how I love Calathea? Well, my cat knew that, and she has like a little jealousy problem, so she only went after my Calathea, which, you know, it's a good thing, because looking at all of these plants, about 90% of them are toxic. So I guess I'm not too upset with her going after my Calathea, but at least she didn't get sick. But man, I love my Calathea, and let's just say the first one I'm gonna show you of my Calathea, it's set back. It's been dropped so many times. My boyfriend has dropped this one. My cat has knocked it over. She's chewed off like all the leaves. Like, this one used to be my pride and joy, and now it's struggling. It should not be, any Calathea should not ever drop, ever. But sometimes plants just come back, you know? they never really die off, and if they seem like they're gonna die off, they will surprise you. So I will just get to showing you guys. Thanks. So this is my Calathea dotty, very beautiful. I actually got most of my plants from Plantarina, so I know there's a little new leaf coming in. Look at that, so beautiful. And that is the leaf that my cat tore up, and I didn't want to cut off all of the leaves that she tore up, but yes, it's a struggle. You know how it is. And look, the pot is chipped because it fell so many times. Literally, I'm a terrible plant mom. But guess what? They will get beautiful. This one will come back like a beast. Knock on wood. Knock on some wood. And I don't know. I just love it. I'm not going to give up on you. I love my Calathea. And let's just move on. So this is Mateo, the Calathea medallion. It's very small. It doesn't have its silvery leaves yet. But I am waiting. I am waiting. And this one I got not too long ago, so it's actually doing really well. It didn't have to struggle with shipping in the freezing cold. It came in. It loves to pray. By the way, these are prayer plants. And that is not a spider mite. This is just from my cat. My cat. You know, I literally just cleaned all these leaves too, trying to make it look amazing. And my cat just, you know, is shedding like crazy. It is springtime. But yeah, that's just my Calathea medallion. I cannot wait for her to get bigger and massive and take over the house. Ooh. Ooh. Beautiful. Okay, so this one is, I named my plant so weird. I don't even know. Micaiah. I don't know how to say that name, but this is my Calathea macoyana. Yeah, this one's I don't know what the heck happened here, you know. Stuff is just gonna happen. I did trim this one down a lot. So look at that beautiful new leaf. I love looking at the back of this leaf. The way it's like kind of put on the shelf, you can kind of see the back of them. Let's see if you can kind of see it from back here. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at that beautiful girl. I know you're not supposed to pick them up, but I will show you guys. I'll pick them up. But yeah, that's my beautiful new plant. Oh my gosh, I'm terrible at this. Go ahead and get you guys some macoyana. I just feel like that might be from lack of light and the crispy edges. Typical Calathea. Typical divas. But guess what? The back is beautiful. I love my plants. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I don't even care if you have crispy upper leaves. I don't even care right now. I just want to stare at these plants like all day. This is literally what I do with my life. Okay, moving on. You know what? The Calathea vittata is a relatively easy plant. Just remember to fertilize. Remember to fertilize because, you know, I started out collecting these plants. A lot of them had fresh soil in them because they're babies, and you know, soil can last about 3 months before you have to refertilize again. And I didn't exactly time out my plants. I got a little scared with fertilizer burn. That's how my plants kind of died. All the leaves got fertilizer burn, especially this one. So I didn't want to, I gave it full strength, like liquid fertilizer, which I was kind of scared of doing that anyways. I don't know why I did that in the first place. Honestly, I think I gave them half strength, and that still like sent them down a rabbit hole of terribleness. But so then I tried worm castings. The worm castings were super infested. I didn't realize that when I first put it in. I just got so excited that I got the worm castings, put them in all of my plants, and like literally eggs everywhere, spider mites everywhere. They were like actual worms like within the worm castings that were in my soil now, and I was freaking out. You know how much stress a plant can cause in you? Well, imagine all of these plants causing that type of stress. That was just, I don't even know, that was just too stressful. But we're over that now, and I'm back to using, I probably won't ever use worm castings ever again because I don't know how I trust that. I don't know. if you can sterilize worm castings. Probably not. Like, you can sterilize soil, you know how you put soil in the oven or whatever, and, you know, bake it out. But yeah, so that's a lack of fertilizer. I got scared, so I stopped fertilizing them, which even put them on a rougher track of health. But look, my new leaves is 2 beautiful new leaves. A little damage right there still, but they're getting better, okay? They're getting better. I started out small for a reason. A little bit of yellowing there, but you know, we're just gonna move on. So most of my plants just had a lack of fertilizer, and that's all. The leaves just got super small and they all just died off. But oh, and I also love these water sticks. I love these water sticks. I don't know if you're a fan of using them or not, but when you have like 10 minutes in the morning to take care of 55 plants, it's literally so easy just to skim around, look at all the sticks. You can tell from far away if they're blue or white, kind of. So you just kind of skim around, and it saves so much time, literally. But yeah, this is my Calathea Freddy. Typical name. Yes, I know I'm very creative with naming my plants. And I believe this one's a newish leaf. You can see how it's like lighter than the rest of them. These ones are a little dark, you know, some spotting, but they look good from far away. It looks okay. If my camera would focus. It looks okay. They look beautiful. Oh my goodness. There it goes. So yes, they're beautiful plants. I did fertilizer, and man, these things grow fast. Like, super fast. They just all spread out to the top. I had to cut a lot of them back because, you know, springtime, and I don't know, maybe just water got stuck in there when it was unfurling, and that usually is what happens or something. But yeah, they're beautiful. That one's a little light colored too because it's new, but I don't know, man. The wintertime really knocked my plants down. Let's just say that. I invested in a lot more lights because working with a north face window, you know, whatever. And this is my Calathea White Star. I know it literally looks like a Calathea pink stripe, or pinstripe. I don't know why I said pink stripe. Calathea pinstripe. I did get one in the mail. I ordered it off Etsy when I was like going through like a really high plant buying time, and I was looking everywhere for White Star Calathea, and this one was giant. I think they were growing it outside. It had a ton of like direct light, like in the garden. I'm talking about the plants. Like, you think these leaves are big? I'm talking about twice the size of this. This plant died in shipping. It did get shipped over the winter time. The Etsy seller didn't do that great of a job shipping it. All of the leaves ended up dying off. I did end up propagating it. There was a little node, and guess what, guys? It came back. I hope that the whiteness will come out a little more as it matures. But there's a brand new leaf. I don't know. Maybe I just got gypped. Maybe they just sold me a pink star for like $100. But yes, this plant did cost $100. I'm not sure if that included shipping or not, but I am just so thankful that it came back. And I actually did message them. I told them, you know, the problems that I had. All the leaves are curling. Like, you know how Calathea curl to save their moisture. And once that happens, it's really hard for them to unfurl their leaves. And I don't know if it was just shock from... And it was also COVID too. You know how the shipping was for plants. It's a hit or a miss. But they sent me another one. And the one they sent came in too small of a box. And to fit the plant in the box, they broke the stem. They literally broke the stem in half to fit it in the box. I was so upset, but... You know, if you pay $100 and the first one's like crap, and then they send you another one that was just as beautiful and it comes like crap, you know, you just give up at that point. You don't want to, I don't know, you don't want to upset them, the seller. They're trying their best. They only have so many plants, especially if they're rare, but... So, the other one didn't survive, but this one did. So, whatever, $100 plant that looked... And, like, literally, I could have just waited a couple more months, and they're back in the market again. They're selling them on Planterina for like 60-something bucks, like full, like that one. But, you know, sometimes you just don't want to wait. And like I said, a lack of fertilizer. The tip of the leaf didn't come in. It came in all white and clear, so I cut it off anyways just to help it unfurl. Crispy leaves. My humidifier did break a little bit, but we're just gonna move on. So next on the list is a plant that I can never say its name. I will show you the tag. His name is Jasper. Calathea, I'd never call it a jungle velvet. It's Geoportia warschwetzii. Just call it the warschwetzii. But I don't think it's a Calathea anymore. I don't know. They're changing it to the Geoportia. So I don't know if it's still part of the Calathea family, but man, guys, I don't know if you can see that. I don't know where the heck I'm shining this camera at, but look at these leaves. Don't look at that one. That one was from shipping. It obviously had a little bit of shipping stress and some yellowing. But man, look at these new leaves. Do you see that? I know you're not supposed to be touching, but oh my goodness, that is so velvety. Oh. And the other ones, they're, like I said, the humidifier broke for like a couple of weeks and it really set us back, and this one is just a struggle anyways because it loves high humidity. Look at this, overwatering, typical overwatering. But yeah, look at that, so beautiful. I love all my plants. It really does need to be repotted. The roots are showing. I have pots back there. Yeah, a little bit of roots coming out the bottom, not too much. I know the Calathea love to be root bound, so whatever, I'm not mad. And dude, check out these pots. These pots are kind of dope. This is the first time I bought these pots, and look at the inside. Pretty color, I know. Spots for where you can grab the thumbs. Isn't that genius? But yeah, look at this. You know how clay pots, clay pots. Do you know how some pots? Oh my goodness, what the hell? I just got this. Don't look at that. But the glazed pots hold a lot of water, and I always have problems with the bottom half of it holding too much water. Well, this one is actually not glazed in the bottom 2 to 3 inches. Genius! Literally, it came with a little tab thing. What is it called? One of them. It basically stops the soil from going through the bottom. But I love the color. Don't look at it from far away. I don't know how the back part got scratched, but yeah, I don't know. I just love the pots with drainage holes. There's that one back there that's black. That will go with that one. I figured that one would be good with the black color with how much color it has already. Put this pot back. And then this one is Pinky. I can't believe I named these plants. So this one's named as Pinky. This is the pinstripe Calathea. Look at the little purple leaf coming in. The little purple leaf. Can you see that? Kind of see that? Oh my goodness. This is why I don't film, guys. This is why I don't film. This video is gonna be long. You know what I'm saying? But yes, this is my beautiful Calathea pinstripe ornata. And like I said, a little bit of fertilizer, maybe the cat got it, who knows. Mostly my fault. Crispy edges, lack of fertilizer. But guess what? That new leaf is beautiful. It's putting out new growth, and let's just hope these plants grow a ton in the summer. And this one also was doing really well for me, and then the whole fertilizer thing. Guys, fertilize your plants. That's all. Just fertilize your plants, but don't over fertilize them because then you'll have burning leaves like I did. But yeah, look at these. The new leaf is coming in. Another one is coming in. Like, they're coming in very small. This one used to be bigger, but I don't know. They're just not going to be the same when you bring them in from a greenhouse. So just keep that in mind, that it's not going to have as much light as a greenhouse would. They're going to be set back a little bit, but guess what? If you take care of them, they will show off their beautifulness for you. And I don't know, maybe I just forgot to water them. Maybe I didn't use the right type of water. I know Calathea are very picky about their water. They either like distilled water or they like filtered water. I don't know, they're just not a big fan of the chloramine in the water, or oh my goodness, or chlorine in the water, so you just have to be careful. I think this one also needs a little bit of fertilizer. Look at that. I know I shouldn't be showing you guys this, but lack of fertilizer right there. Maybe I did just clean the leaves not too long ago, so maybe, no, that just looks like the lack of fertilizer. So yeah, springtime is here. Don't forget to fertilize your plants. And yeah, so that's another one of my caletheia. Moving up, I might have to get a ladder. I'm so short. Just word with me, guys. Moving up, we have my Rosiopicta, Caletheia Rosie. Oh my goodness, my finger's in the way. Typical me. So yes, the more light this plant gets, the more pink it will get. I assume water just got in when the leaf was unfurling. This leaf was so beautiful. It was just like that one, and look, that one even has it. So I don't know, maybe just water got in the leaf when it was unfurling. Maybe, you really don't know. This looks more like a bacteria type thing, so maybe it just got overwatered. I do have a problem with my fungus gnats, but it looks beautiful from far away. I think it's like the less light you give, the whiter they will be. So this one has kind of a decent amount of pink in it, so you know it's getting light. I don't know. I just can't wait for that one to unfurl. I don't usually mess with the leaves. I try not to. I just like to look at how beautiful they are, but you know, sometimes it's just not gonna happen. So, and Caletheia are devils, and they're really finicky. So YOLO. But look, far away, looks beautiful. All of these plants look somewhat beautiful far away, but we'll just move on. And this one is my string of pearls. It used to be very giant and very luxurious, and one day I went and I repotted it, and I was doing such a good job. I removed all of the soil, which I would not recommend doing, but I removed all of the soil, and then as soon as I was getting ready to repot it into another pot, I lost the roots within the beads, like within the pearls. And I don't know if you've ever tried to pull out roots that are mixed in a ton of pearls, but oh my gosh, those roots disappeared. The pearls disappeared within a week. This plant was dead. And guess what? It's growing back. This plant has been repotted several times into smaller and smaller pots. But look at this. Look how beautiful they are. Look, there's a new little, oh my goodness. I wrapped it around the top. It was like two long vines coming off, but I wrapped it up. I'm hoping that it will soil propagate, and it's just, I'm surprised this plant survived, literally. I know this plant needs a lot of light. It did have its time by the window, but I don't know. I like to reorganize my plants, so its time is over here now. This is a relatively new caletheia that I have. This is the Caletheia rattlesnake. I forget what it's called. Lancifolia, maybe? Let me see. I don't have its name on there, but the Caspian fern. I don't know. This one you need kind of a lot of humidity for. It probably shouldn't be up here by the draft. I just moved it. It was not doing very great at all. That one is like a relatively new leaf. Look, there's some baby ones coming in, but I use these mosquito bits on the top of my soil. I just put them in not too long ago, but I would not recommend using mosquito bits for something like that, because anything on the top part, like even the linearis, the Hoya linearis, like anything that touches those mosquito bits on the foliage, this is my linearis, it'll just kill it. So I did have my little baby one come in. It was unfurling. Oh my gosh, fungus gnats. And it probably died when I put, that's sad. I don't know where it went. Oh, yep, it shriveled up. It shriveled up. I'm sad. But that plant's gonna have to go down near the humidifier. I don't know. I was using these pebble trays, but it did take a lot of time cleaning them, and they would get fungus and bacteria growth in them, and the fungus gnats love them. So I stopped doing that. I was like, I'm not I'm not cleaning these leaves every other week, you know. So they're just for decoration. There's no water. And then this is a propagation because my Hoya linearis just grows too fast. And I just keep chopping it up. And I think I chopped it up too much that it stressed out and it put out a flower. But I just had my first flower not too long ago. So I'm actually really psyched. This one I might be selling. Who knows? I have a really hard time letting go of plants that I grow. I don't know. I started out so small that, let me step down. I don't know, I started out so small that I just don't want to sell any of my plants. They're just so beautiful, and I'd rather just make them more bushier and more full and look luxurious. So let's just move on. This one is named Channing. This is my chain of hearts. I love the flowers, I love the foliage, I love everything about this plant. It's very thick. You can tell that they need water when they get thin, you know. Thin and curly, that's when you know to water them. There's some dead leaves right there. This one never stops flowering for me. I'm really hoping they stop flowering. I don't cut them off or anything, but man, this plant just sheds like crazy. Like a little tiny baby flower. But yeah, this one never stops flowering. I had to get a cat. I got a cat, so I had to wrap this one up. So if you can see, it's wrapped around several times. It used to be all the way down to the ground. Had to cut my macrame so the cat didn't think it was a toy and play on it. But yeah, it's the hit or miss. It was doing fine until I had to wrap it, and then it lost a lot of its leaves and a lot of its flowers, and this one is such a beat to untangle, but it's cute. Don't look at the surface. Like I said, do not use mosquito bits on these because it'll just kill everything, and plus I top water this too. You probably shouldn't be top watering it, but I do. YOLO. I'm not a big fan of bottom watering, let's just say that. So yeah, I don't know, I just water these maybe once a month, whenever the stick gets dry. But yeah, I don't know, it just looks good. It looks cute from far away. It used to look cuter. This one's always getting stuck in my hair, but it'll grow taller. I'll keep having to wrap it, and it used to be by the window. It used to get a ton of light. I used to have so much going on, but with having a cat, I'd had to move around a lot of my toxic plants, like literally all of them. So yeah, this is my chain of hearts. So see what the back looks like. The back part, ooh, look at that big old leaf over there. Beautiful. But yeah, it has just red back leaves. Pretty as ever. Whatever, YOLO. A YOLO. It looks so dry. I need a mist in here. And then back here in the corner is where I used to keep my Scindapsus pictus exotica, but I moved it, whatever. It wasn't doing too well in the dark, so I put this beautiful pothos here. Everyone knows the golden pothos. It's growing way too much for me. And check out these new leaves. Oh my goodness. Look at these new leaves. I don't even know, it's just falling. It's literally falling. I need more of those tabs. You know what I'm talking about? The tabs for the plants. Let's see if I can hold it up. Oh, this is gonna be a mess. But yeah, look at these new leaves. Look at that one. Beautiful, beautiful. Don't look at the crispy ones. I might have to get a tab for this one. But I don't know. It's doing whatever. It's doing what it wants. I do what I want. Hello. I know this is so sketchy. But yeah, look at these. Obviously this one's not getting much light. It is in a very dark corner. It was getting plenty of light, and now it's just not. And then I didn't water it for like a month and a half, and I usually water it like every month. So it did have a lot of leaves dying. I thought it was being overwatered because, look, dry. Do you believe that? Do you really think it's dry? Oh, I don't know I think it could go a little longer. But yeah, look at these leaves. These leaves are so beautiful. I love the golden pothos. I know, I say pothos, but everyone else says pothos, so I don't know. I don't really care either. I just call it a pothos just because of whoever I followed in the past. But man, look at all those new roots. The aerial roots are just trying to grow. They're so funky. Look at that one. They almost look like little pests, but they're not. Do not cut them off. I don't know. I feel bad for this plant. A lot of this light, there's just no light getting back in that corner. If you see, a lot of the roots died. A lot of the foliage died off, but it's doing well. I mean, obviously, look at those big leaves. It's crawling all over. It's getting whatever it can get. I don't know what the heck is happening here, but it's doing whatever. It's probably going to lose its variegation unless I move it, but it's doing pretty good. So, next on the list is our Calathea orbifolia. I love my Calathea, and apparently my cat hates my Calathea because this one got chewed up pretty big. Pretty big. A beautiful plant. Look how beautiful it is. Ooh, look at them leaves. Do we see any new leaves coming in? Do you see anything new coming in? I don't know. I see that crispy edge. That's what I see. But yeah, this plant's doing pretty well. I had to cut it back a lot because my plant loves to nibble on this. I think she was just jealous. I don't know. But yeah, I cut off most of the ones that I didn't want to keep anymore. The new leaves are doing pretty good. I had it in my bathroom. People say there's no red back to it. People say that their bathroom is like the most humid spot in their entire house, but we only take a shower like once a day, and it only stays humid for about 10 minutes at a time. Look at those new leaves. The light ones come in, the new ones come in so light, and then you see them just like, see, this one's light, that one's kind of new, and then they'll get really dark and bold. So that's beautiful. I love this plant. This one, I heard the bigger it gets, it's just inevitable to have crispy leaves, and plus sometimes I just don't fill the humidifier up every day. I just don't feel like doing it. So hopefully this one, that one down there will last me 2 to 3 days without touching it, which I love. So go ahead and invest in one of those if you want. But yeah, this one's doing pretty well. There's always new growth on it. This one is one of my bigger Calathea, so I don't have to try as hard, and it does what it wants. So it's pretty cool. And then this is my other white star Calathea. I don't remember where I got this plant from. Maybe Etsy, maybe a plant seller someplace else, who knows. But obviously more chew marks from my kitty. She knows she's not supposed to do this, but this is when we first got her. So, and then this is just a lack of fertilizer. I know I'm like pointing out all of the bad stuff, but there was no color here. It just came in all white. I didn't fertilize. That one, I don't know. That one might have just been original or something. But this is a new one. Look how pink that is. Isn't that so beautiful? And this one is new. And this one might be old. And I think that one's old, but I don't know. It's beautiful from far away. So, it looks so beautiful from far away. If you squint, maybe. But yeah, it's doing okay. You know how Calathea are. Don't judge me. Do not judge me. We're all learning here. Be nice. The next one, this one I actually didn't get from Plants Arena. I think I got this one from Steve's Leaves. I absolutely love this plant. Like I said, the bigger the Calathea, the more it will take care of itself, more sun coming in. So a little crispy on the edges. That one's a beautiful new leaf. I love my Zebrina so much. I had to trim this one back so much because literally it just keeps growing and growing, and I think it still has new leaves coming in, and so this one just does whatever it wants. So yes, I did trim it back a lot. The new leaves aren't as crispy. The newest leaves are not crispy at all. No overwatering, it looks like. I did repot this one into a bigger pot because it needed watered like every day because you know, your girl put it in a terracotta pot, a super small terracotta pot, because I was short on pots. So I had to water it like every day, and then I put it in this giant 8-inch pot, and now I only have to water it like maybe twice a month, which is amazing. But the new leaves did have bacteria on them, like you can just see that it's been overwatered, the spots on the edges. But guess what, we got over it. So the new leaves are coming in, they're looking beautiful, kind of. But you know what, it's the winter time. The humidity around here, if I didn't run these humidifiers all day long, the humidity would probably be at like 20% or maybe 30%. Like, and the average humidity in here now is like 50 to 60%. In the beginning of my plant journey, I was keeping it at like 65, maybe, yeah, 65, 70%. The windows are being fogged up. It was just crazy. And if you have anything over 65%, you're just gonna get problems. You're just gonna get bacteria problems. You're gonna get fungus problems. Your leaves are gonna suffer. And guess what? That's exactly what happened. And it took me a while. It took me like a month to learn that, but yeah, we're getting through them. So now, moving on. This one is a struggle. I got this one not too long ago. I put it in my bathroom. I probably shouldn't be moving it around as much. Sorry. You guys can't see the plant I'm talking about. This is the Calathea rattlesnake. I named it Russell after, like, I don't know, a plant YouTuber that I watch online who builds cabins and stuff. But I don't know, I thought that was a cute name. Not cute enough for this plant, but this one is not doing so well. Like, it was doing really well, and then I don't know. I think it got too much sun. I think the leaves are bleaching. Like, if you want your leaves to be really dark colored, take it away from the light. Put it in like a darker area, but it kept getting moved around. It was like right in front of this window. Like, it was getting a lot of light. So I think I might have just bleached the leaves a little bit. The new ones are kind of dark still. There hasn't been much new growth, so I'm kind of worried about this plant, but the spring is coming. It's here. And let's hope these leaves will do good. Let's hope new leaves will come in and not get stunted. So yeah. Isn't that cute? It looks cute from far away. This one is a big prayer too. It loves to pray. I don't know what the heck's going on. If you know what the heck's going on and what I can do for this plant, let me know. But it's pretty easy. It loves to pray. All the leaves go up at night. It's very dramatic when it moves. But yeah, I don't know. I'll just have to give it time. I'll have to let it acclimate. I'll have to give it less light, and who knows. So yeah, moving on. Actually, not moving on. Let's just get rid of that leaf. So this one is also taking over my house very slowly. Look at the new leaves. The new leaves are so thin. Look at that. I can bend them. They're so beautiful. I know I shouldn't be touching them, but I love to touch my leaves, and look how light they are. They're like a yellow-green light, and then they'll turn like very dark. The less light you give this plant, the darker the leaves. So this is my Hoya australis, named Ozzy. I don't know, it's just vining all over the place. Like, look at this. They're just growing. It's doing what it wants. The new leaves are beautiful. Just vining all over the place. I think the center of it's just getting too much light because look how clear those leaves are. It looks so yellow. I mean, it doesn't look yellow. It just looks green. And I kind of want them to be dark green. But look at that. Look at the new leaf. Oh my goodness. So cute. So pretty. The big leaves over here trying to escape. Trying to run out the window. But it's doing pretty well. I love my Hoya australis. I don't know what the heck's going on down here. I don't know. This one needs a lot of water. It's more... I water this one way too much, I feel like. I don't even know. But yeah, it's so beautiful. New leaves. New growth. Trying to grow all over the place. One of these actually fell off when I was cleaning it not too long ago, so I'm kind of upset about that. But, oh, look, the little ducks. Little ducks, 3 little ducks in a row. Yes, do not judge my windows. They are dirty AF. So yeah, moving on, that's my Hoya australis. This is my Hoya linearis. This baby was blooming not too long ago. Look, it needs watered again. But yeah, if you put your plants in a hanging macrame pot, they will dry out twice as fast. This one, I do not water it as much because it grows way too fast. And my cat litter is down there. And my cat doesn't really care for this plant, but when I used to have to, when I cleaned the cat litter, the vines would just get in my face. Like, I used to clean it on this side. There was like a whole different setup, but they would just get so long, and I'll have to put a picture of my flower. I opened up the windows not too long ago, like a couple weeks ago, and it was really cold. Probably shouldn't have opened up the windows as soon as I did, but I don't know, the flower just fell off. It just fell off. So whatever. But yeah, like I said, do not put mosquito bits in this because look, they literally die off. Like, maybe because there's not much light up here, but man, this Hoya used to be growing. I used to have it wrapped up here. I used to have it wrapped all around. It just kind of looked trashy, you know? Like, just Hoya love, especially the linearis, they actually do like growing upward. I might just do that. I might keep it wrapped up like that, but it does kind of look a little funky, but they do like to grow upward. A lot of people don't know that. This one also is a very big pest magnet. I haven't had any problems with mealy bugs, but I heard that just the way the leaf is designed in the back, they have a little slit in the back, and bugs love to hide in these. I don't have a problem with them. I know other people have, but I don't see any more peduncle. Maybe that one's a new flower coming in. Cross our fingers. Who knows? It takes a while for these to grow. But these actually flower when they're stressed. So maybe I just stressed it out a little too much. And they also flower when they have a ton of sunlight. So just maybe being in this window, maybe that's what it did. But yeah, I think that's a little boo-boo flower down there. Let's hope it comes in. Beautiful. And this one is my Hoya dumb cane. If you guys don't know, this one is extremely toxic. Please do not let your cats chew on this. Their throat will close up. But I've been having some problems with this. Like, I know it's a tree. Look at all of that. Those are from all the leaves falling off. So it'll do very well. I can only have like 5 leaves on this plant at once. So look, a new leaf is coming in. 2 other ones just died. This one looks like it's getting a little yellow. Maybe I'm overwatering it. Probably. I don't know. I only water when the stick is white. But it can only hold like 4 leaves. So it wasn't a lower light spot. I just moved it to the window not too long ago. So I don't know. It does what it wants. I know other people struggle with this plant, but it's so beautiful. And the leaves are super small, meaning that it's probably not getting enough light, but the other leaves were bigger and they just keep falling off. As you can see, I've lost a ton of leaves over the time that I've had it for like a year. But look, it keeps putting out new growth. The new growth is beautiful. It's probably getting smaller and smaller because I put it over here, but you know, you live and you learn. Let me know how you guys take care of this in the comments. I don't know. Moving on to this one, you don't even want to look at. I got this plant. This one used to be my favorite. I call him Mr. Sago. This is a sago palm, even though it's not an actual palm tree. It's a cypro. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it just had some problems. Look at the new little boo-boo leaves. The little stalks are coming in. You can kind of see them. They're like little fuzzy tentacles coming up, but this one, when I got it, it had like a little bit of spotting on its leaves, and me being a new plant owner, I didn't know what the heck was going on, so I waited a week and it spread, and I don't know why the heck I waited so long, but it spread all over, and I don't know, I ended up looking it up, and apparently it was like some kind of scale, and that kind of scale was like all over Florida, like all over. Like there's a little dot there. I'm kind of concerned about that. I don't know, but this one's been doing pretty well. I had to cut off all of the ones that had spots. I mean, no, it can go all the way down to the roots and it can stay in the plant for hella long, but I murdered this plant. But guess what? It's growing. I did overwater it. I had to cut off the lower leaves, but the scale started at the top and then it works down to like the lower leaves, so that's why the lower leaves aren't really missing as many of them, but and they don't grow back either, so it's kind of sad. I don't know. I didn't want to start over. I didn't really pay that much for this plant, but this one's super toxic too, so keep it away from your plants. I mean, keep it away from your plants. Keep it away from your cats. Be careful touching it. It can irritate the human skin. A lot of my friends are kind of scared of this plant when we play Pong, but we try to keep it out of the way. I know, you're not supposed to touch the leaves, but whatever. Whatever. Yeah, I know, and this plant also loves a lot of light, so maybe I'm just slowly killing it over time because I'm not giving it enough light. But it's lasted a year. It's putting out new growth. The new growth, I think it shoots out maybe like 2 or 3 new ones a year, depending on how much light it gets. But you see these plants around Florida. They're like literally growing in the parks. Owners don't know about them. The dogs chew on the bark. The dogs end up getting really sick, maybe dying, who knows, but just be very careful with these plants and keep an eye on them too, because they get mealybugs like galore. I haven't had any problems with them. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe it wasn't scale, but I'm pretty sure it was scale. So yeah, I do treat these plants. I give them neem oil with a little bit of water. I mean, with a little bit of soap, a ton of water, obviously. And yeah, it seems to be doing the trick. I spray it down. I used to wipe these ones down, but I don't know. I just kind of spray it and let it dry now. I'm terrible. Moving on is the little boo-boo. My little rubber tree. It's tiny. It doesn't really have maroon leaves on the back, but when I got it, it was doing pretty well. And then I put it in a macrame hanger, and I didn't disinfect the macrame hanger when I used it, and I think it might have just had some bacteria or something, but it infected a lot of the leaves. Like that one's kind of maroon, has darker. The less light you give it, the darker the leaves are going to be on the back. And when I first had it in a macrame hanger, it had some kind of bacteria growth on it, and it spread to all the leaves. And if you cut a plant back too much, it's going to put the plant in shock. It's not going to grow as well. So I tried not putting it in shock. I did a pretty well job at not doing that, but I had to cut off like almost half of its leaves. And as you can see, like that's where the leaves cut off. And if you don't know, this plant actually puts out like a white type of sap, which actually damages the leaves around them. So when you cut off the leaves, I usually dab it with like a paper towel or like a tissue or something. Because if it runs on the other leaves, it actually will burn and it will damage the other leaves. So just watch out for that when you do trim it. But look, the new growth is coming in. There's a whole bunch of new growth. The more you cut it back, the more it'll push out growth. So I wasn't worried. This plant almost died on me, but look at it now. It's doing pretty good. I did trim it up for spring cleaning, So hopefully it pushes out new growth. It is a tree. And I can't wait for it to become a giant tree. We're gonna have to move one of these days. When these plants get giant, we're just gonna have to move. But yeah, it looks pretty good. His name is Rio, the rubber tree, the Ficus elastica burgundy. I did cut off a lot of the leaves that did look like they were burgundy on the back. Only because the bacteria that I had, it did look like it was infecting the back of the leaves, so I cut off the majority of the burgundy leaves, and now I wish I didn't, but they will get dark. And burgundy, which I love. Those are just for my cats. I'm trying to grow cat grass and, let me see, I have the sticks. Cat grass and catnip. I heard the catnip is actually really hard to germinate, but the cat grass should be growing in about a week or so. I did buy some cat grass online from Amazon, and it wasn't even in soil. It was really stanky. It like smelled like a sewer. There was like pus coming up from the water, like gas, like really nasty gas. Oh, and this one also had a really bad gnat infestation, fungus gnats growing everywhere. This one was in a lot of trouble. I put it in a smaller pot, and then the roots got real big, so I up potted it, and then I overwatered it or something, so I put it in a smaller pot. This is over like the course of 2 years, guys. This isn't like me murdering the plant, but yeah, it's been up and down. It's had its up and downs, but hopefully this summer it will come back, and hopefully it will give me a ton of new babies. So I try not to overwater this part. This is where I got a lot of the fungus gnats, because I was like spraying it down with neem oil, putting cinnamon on it, gave it its yellow color. All the treatment that I was doing, I think actually did more harm than good. So they had a lot of fungus gnats growing on it, and I solved that problem. I let it dry out. I put it in a smaller pot, and then I had to up pot it because it was just getting too big. But YOLO. This is why this is why you start out with small, cheap plants. So moving onward. This is my ponytail palm. This is Sir Ponytail. I did paint the wire back here like a couple days ago, and I got paint on the plant. I don't know if that's toxic or not, but I kind of just like tore off the plate. I tried rubbing the paint off. I didn't want it to like absorb it and get toxic or anything, so I ended up just cutting it off. So that's why it's kind of bare over here in the plant. The cord is janky. Don't look at that. I tried painting it, okay? But yeah, it's doing pretty well. It did have a little bit of root rot going on because I was watering. I like to top water this one, and I was accidentally getting the stem wet, and that can do that, but the problem is solved. It's fine. Healthy roots now. The new growth is coming in. It will get crispy edges. Look at this little new growth coming in. I don't know, I just love Sir Ponytail. It does love a lot of light. You do see these growing in Florida. You've probably seen the 20-year-old palms, and they're like massive. And I just love its crazy hairdo. I can play with this one all day long. Look at the little new growth. I don't know, I love it. It will get crispy ends. I do give it haircuts. My boyfriend won't let me touch its hair, but he won't let me trim his hair, but I will. I have fun trimming this one. I don't do the best of jobs. You know, you don't want to open up new scars or new, I don't know, you don't want to cut the green parts. You only want to cut the brown parts. You don't want to open up new wounds. That's what I was trying to say. But yeah, and then I also be careful with these meter sticks, because this plant I only water maybe about twice a month. Being in a north-facing window, you know, having a giant trunk on it doesn't need as much water, but be careful with your water meters, guys. I just replaced this one not too long ago, but the cotton part inside of it does dissolve over time, and you have to replace it maybe like every 3 months or so, and if not, it'll just say the plant's dry constantly, and you'll just end up overwatering your plants even though the stick says it's dry. So I don't know, I like to pick up the pots. I'm not a big fan of putting my finger in the soil because I just don't like bugs, and I know some of my plants have bugs, and healthy bugs in the soil, not necessarily pests, but you know, it's doing whatever. I don't know what it's doing right there. But this one also was in a giant pot like this, and then it got too much root rot, so then I potted it in a smaller pot, and then I put it in a bigger one because the roots are getting out of hand, and then now it's back in a smaller one. I know, these two have been struggling for who knows how long, but they're doing pretty well right now. But yeah, like what I was saying was, this part came off, and a root was growing through. A root was growing through the hole. And I never water it, so the water meter never really got checked, you know. It was always doing pretty well, but yeah, just be careful. Just be careful. And I also have another humidifier over there. And my cat wants to join the party. Say hi, Nova. Say hi, pretty girl. Hi. Oh yeah, kitty break. Kitty break. Kitty, kitty, kitty break. So yeah, let's move on.